up guys? Welcome back to today's video, and we are going to be talking about how us as introverts survive in this social world. Yes, I am an introvert and have had to teach myself how to be an extrovert over the last few years. Growing up, I was happy to stay in my own little corner and keep to myself, and to be honest, I still am perfectly content spending my time by myself and doing things solo. But as I started working and getting into different things, I quickly learned I needed to know how to be more outgoing and feel confident doing it. My first job was working in retail and customer service, so connecting with the customer was everything. This is where I started developing skills on connecting with people and creating a short and sweet relationship during the time that they were in my store. I then had to up my skills again when I started dancing for my state's NBA team, and then had to continue developing these skills as other opportunities from dancing started to come up. It was kind of this ripple effect. When I was dancing, a very small part of my job was actually spending time on the court doing routines. For the whole game, we spent maybe 5 minutes total on the court doing routines and timeouts. The rest of the game was spent interacting with fans and with sponsors, and I'd been a dancer for the last 20 years and had no problem doing that type of stuff in front of a crowd. But when it came to not only having to have a conversation with a stranger, but to have to be the one to start the conversation, that was completely out of my comfort zone and something I quickly had to learn how to do. So the first thing I did was to channel my inner Beyonce, as I tell my dancers when I'm trying to get them to be more confident while they're on stage. When I step into a certain role, I wasn't trying to be somebody else, but I was trying to be more of my self-confident person, and I felt like Beyonce seemed to be a good person to emulate. And sometimes when we bring out our inner character, it helps us relax and play a role we have in us all along, but we don't feel so self-conscious about being ourselves, who we are all the time, because we're in our zone of turning it on. So finding those times when I needed to be able to turn it on and then bring out my inner confident, outgoing self. My next lesson I had to learn was to have talking points tucked away to pull out when I needed them. I knew when I was at games that I could obviously talk to fans about players and our state or other things about the game, but when I would bring out more dynamic talking points, it not only made the conversation more meaningful and genuine, but it also didn't lead to a dead end. One of the easiest things to start a productive conversation is just to ask the other person questions about themselves. Questions that would be unique to them. We are all experts about our own lives and ourselves, and so we could talk for hours about ourselves. Knowing this, I could keep conversations going, and the other person who I was talking to felt like there was a genuine connection. I didn't have to pretend to know or talk about anything I didn't know, and I gave time and attention to somebody else, and it mattered. So this also took the responsibility off of me to keep coming up with different talking points, because those can run out pretty fast and then things don't feel as smooth and engaged. Now that we've said words and gotten a conversation started, it's on to body language and eye contact. Now, if you've ever heard of a power pose, it's this real thing that studies have shown if you stand in a position like a Superman stance, or just any way when you're not really closed off, but instead you're standing up straight, you're holding your head up, you're pushing out your chest to feel more confident, it gives you a boost of confidence. So do this when you're engaging with somebody and in moments when you need to be more outgoing. Now, the extra boost of energy and confidence will help you maintain the extra energy you are spending while you're trying to be extroverted yourself. Maintain eye contact. Keeping eye contact with whoever you are with helps keep you engaged in the conversation, and it's almost like you just plugged into their energy source and can keep yours up by feeding off of their energy. It's also a great way to establish trust and respect with that other person, so that will help in the moment as well if you need to keep this connection going. And lastly, be confident. As an introvert, I love hanging out with myself and enjoy that time, so why wouldn't others? People do care about us, and as much as we want to connect with others, so does everyone else. Be confident in who you are and let others get to know you so you can just be yourself. There's nothing wrong with being an introvert, but when we're put in these social moments, it can cause a lot of stress and anxiety. So have a couple things tucked away that you can use to turn it on when you need to make the best of those moments. Well, you guys, that's going to be it for me today. Thank you so much for watching this video and letting me share my story as a learned extrovert. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button so you never miss a chance to be a part of the conversation. So until next time, you guys, here's to chasing your dreams and a life made living. We'll see you next time. Bye.